Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Uh, we are all here today for a short introduction about our subject and for us to discuss the course syllabus and some of the requirements in this subject. Excuse me. Now, please allow me to share my screen. So, ladies and gentlemen, our subject is Criminology 1 or what we call Introduction to Criminology for the first semester of 2022 to 2023. So here are our course objectives. So at the end of this course, you, the student, should be able to be equipped with the overview and historical accounts and evolution of criminology. So we will be tackling about the history of criminology from where it began up to present. We also have to understand the development and process of making scientific theories. So we have to understand how the scientific theories pertaining to criminology were developed and how was it applied before. Third is to identify the basic theories or school of thoughts in explaining the etiology of crime, criminal, criminal behavior, deviant behavior, and human behavior. We also have to have a better understanding on the fundamental concepts of law, crime, criminology, criminal justice, deviance, and delinquency. We must be able to distinguish one from the other. We have to differentiate one from the other. We must be able to be knowledgeable on the measuring of crimes and the essential concept of criminal victimization and victimology. When we speak of victimology, it is where we will be studying the causes and effects on why was there a victim. We will be studying here the causes of one's victimization, kung bakit ba nabiktima ang isang tao. Unlike criminology, we will be dealing with the causes and effect of crimes and how the crime or criminology evolved. And we have here a sixth. We have to understand the concepts of punishment, sentencing, and rehabilitation. Of course, if there occurs a crime, excuse me, we have an offender. And if we have an offender, we likewise have a victim. And if we have likewise again an offender, that offender must also be punished for his crimes. And after punishment, he must also be rehabilitated for him to be sent back to the community. So we have here the course content or outline. Chapter 1, we will be tackling about the overview of criminology, followed by the victimology and the victim, the etiology of crime and criminal behavior, and the schools of thought. Chapter 2 will be the overview on the learning theories, followed by the human behavior and criminal behavior, and the deviant and delinquent behavior. On chapter 3, we will be tackling criminology and sociology. So when we say sociology, it pertains to the study of society, community. It will be followed by criminology in line with psychology, followed by criminology and law, criminology and forensic science, criminology and penology, and criminology and criminal justice. By the way, when we speak of criminology and penology, it pertains to the study of punishment, penalties that will be given to the offender, of course, once he will be proven guilty. So what are our course materials, readings, and resources? We have here the main references of this course are the following. Yes, you have here the name of your dean as an author, together with Mr. Eduardo J. The title of the book is Introduction to Criminology, published by Weisman's Book Trading Incorporation, and other books. So yan po yung maging reference natin. Anyways, this material will be forwarded for you to you for your advanced reading kung gusto niyo magbasa. We also have internet references and others to include pre-recorded discussions, slide presentations, self-learning modules, and interactive lectures. So we were a little bit delayed, but for the first week, this will be our activity. Self-introduction. So you will be introducing supposedly yourself as I introduce myself, followed by the course orientation, which this pre-recorded discussion is all about, and discussions on the house rules and course syllabus, same with what we are doing right now. On the second week, we will be having the overview of criminology, followed by third week, victimology and victim, and etiology of crime and criminal behavior on the fourth and fifth weeks. On our sixth week, we will be discussing the schools of thought, followed by the overview on the learning theories and human behavior and criminal behavior. So what is the difference between human behavior and criminal behavior? On the ninth week, we will be talking about deviant and delinquent behavior. yung hindi sumusunod sa social norms o yung hindi sumusunod sa batas na behavior. Followed by criminology and sociology, criminology and psychology, criminology and law, criminology and forensic science, criminology and penology, the study of punishment, and criminology and criminal justice. So what are the requirements for this course? Of course, after, by the way, the discussion of all our subjects, we will be having the final examinations. And yan, midterm examinations will be on or after the 8th week. So on the 17th to 18th week, we will be having our final examinations. So back to the course requirements. As LSPU students, you know that for the most part, you will be studying on your own. So you must read, view the resources guided by the course syllabus. This way, you will be able to keep up with the discussion, assignments, and other requirements. Participation in discussion. Your active participation in discussion, by the way, is graded. It will be 20% of your grade. I will be showing the grading system later. Yan, so Criminology 1 or Introduction to Criminology is a flexible learning course. Class discussions will be posted online through your respective Google Classrooms, and online discussions or assessments will also be conducted through Google Meet. So it is required for you guys to have your own Google account and to enroll in our Google Class code for us to have our discussion in our Google Classroom and on Google Meet. We might as well be using Zoom if needed or as needed. And please participate in the online discussion since this is an opportunity for you to clarify what you have learned on your own, not only with your instructor, but also with other members of the class. It is also a good way to learn from one another. Depending on the designated schedule of your class, your instructor may facilitate online discussions. So your contribution to the discussion boards will be graded. Your posting should answer the discussion questions in a concise way and with as much insight and reflection as possible. So your answers must be directly connected with the question. No need to go around the bush. Huwag nyo nang pahabain. Kung ano yung tanong, straight to the point na ang sagot nyo. Huwag na pahabain, paikot-ikutin pa. There are usually no right or wrong answers. Yes, that's right. Only honest and well thought out ones. And please be guided by the following marking scheme. Middle values may be given. So we have here our rubrics for discussion, postings, answer to guide, question. So we have here the point system. The answer shows a deep understanding of the ideas in the course materials. So if the answers shows deep understanding in the ideas of the course, we might grade it 10. But if it is not much, we might grade it 7. So the answers reflect an incisive analysis of theory, practice, and personal experience. So if the theory reflects personal experience or practice, we might grade it 10. They are well supported by valid arguments, appropriate examples, illustrations, details, and relevant personal experiences. So if it was shown during the discussion, then we might grade it 10. But if not, we might grade it 5. Or if slightly in between best and good, we might grade it 7. Reactions and comments are also required. The reactions or comments reflect understanding and analysis of the discussion postings concerned. So it will be graded from 1 to 5. 1 for no reaction and 5 for the most reaction. They are reasonable and well supported by theory, practice, personal experience, logical examples, and illustration. So if example, one theory was discussed during our class and it was well explained with logical examples, illustrations, and personal experience, then we might grade it a 5. We also have here timeliness. When we say timeliness, dapat nasusunod yung schedule. The postings are timely, up to date, contributed within the assigned schedule. So if you were given a due date, you have to submit your activities on time. Otherwise, if you submitted late, worst is it may not be accepted. And the probable grade for that would be 1. Ayan. We also have here organization and mechanics. The postings are organized, clear, concise, and grammatically correct. So, check din ang grammar nyo, especially for essays. So, we have here performance task accomplishment. This course requires performance tasks and or activities assigned in each of the modules. So, per module, there will be activities. For online activities, you may refer to the assigned Google Classroom intended for this course. For offline activities, you can accomplish your task either saved in the flash drives or writing on the printed modules. So when we say writing on the printed modules, you are, by the way, required, in the subject, you are required to buy the Criminology 1 workbook. It is a multi-purpose. It is a book and at the same time workbook. You have to buy the present revision and it is a no-no for you, excuse me, to borrow the notes or the workbook of your seniors or your elder brothers. Yan. Bakit? Because we will be grading you based on your personal answers on the worksheet. Yan, requirement yan. May worksheet yung book na yon, kailangan yung bumili at kailangan yung sagutan. Malalaman namin kung kayo yung sumagot o hindi. How? We will be basing it on your handwriting. And paano namin malalaman kung sulat mo o hindi? We will be comparing it with your handwriting in other subjects. So if the activity you will be submitting or if the worksheet you will be submitting is answered, however, it was later on found out that the handwriting are not yours, then you will be having a no grade. Of course, hindi ikaw yung sumagot eh. Kailangan ikaw sumagot, di ba? For you to have a grade. So we have here submission guidelines. Activity sheets may be submitted online as email attachment in the LMS or with the designated email address for the faculty in charge. Anyways, my instruction for this will be disseminated through our Facebook group chat or through our online classroom or Google Classroom later on. Kung saan nyo isasubmit at kung paano nyo isasubmit. So we have here online submissions. Activity sheets submitted online as email attachment to the designated LMS should carry this file name. So, name, yung apelyido, plus the uh, activity. Yan, course activity. We also have here major examinations and major performance tasks. There are two examinations in Criminology 1, the midterms examination and the final examinations. This will cover the major concepts and organizing principle of the course. These exams are scheduled on the what week again? Yan. The midterm will be after or on the 8th week. Ito po siya. And the finals will be on the 17th or 18th week. As per the LSPU academic calendar for 2022-2023 first semester. Makikorek lang po yan. So, likewise, please mark these dates in your calendar so you free this date for exam and can make necessary arrangement with your schedules if needed. Major exams are given online. So, major exams will be online. Thus, you have to make sure that you have a strong internet connection during major examinations. With the permission and schedule given by your facilitator, either through Google Sheets, Google Form, or ayan, Google Sheets in your respective virtual classrooms, or through any other online software formats if LMS is not feasible. Anyways, for schedule of next activities, it will be following the flow on this syllabus. So, ayan, medyo nahuli lang tayo dito sa first week. Most likely, susundin yan itong schedule natin dito. So, we have here the grading scheme. Following are the allotted points for each course requirement. The table shows the transmutation values for the final course grade. So we have here the grading system. Class participation during course discussion is 20%. So it includes here active participation, recitation, and answers to my questions. Ayan, 20% po yan. And 40% will be coming from your activity sheets to include quizzes, assignments, or homeworks. So, yan, 40% will be coming from your quizzes or assignments. And ito nga, gaya nga ng sabi ko kanina, most of your assignments will be based on the worksheet or workbook, yung Criminology 1 book nyo dyan. Kailangan nyo bumili talaga kasi doon din kayo sasagot. And 40% will be coming up from your midterms exam. So 20% plus 40% plus 40% equals 100% for your midterms grade. Yan. So we have here the source of our midterm grade is a total of 60% of the class standing and 40% for the major examination. So course discussion and activity sheets 20 plus 40% is 60% class standing plus 40% of your midterm examination. And for the final grade, make sure na mataas rin yung midterm grade nyo. Why? Because 50% of your midterm grade comprises now 50% of your tentative, of your final grade. Ayan. So kung let's say for example, you have a perfect score of 100% for the midterms, 50% of that will automatically be forming part of your final grade. Tapos 50% na lang sa final grade. Ayun. So in computing your tentative final grade, you have here same 60%. Ayan. 60% of your class standing and another 40% for your examination. So ganyan din yung final grade nyo. Tentative final grade, I mean. Tapos yung pinaka-final grade nyo is 50% of your midterms grade plus 50% of your tentative final grade. So averaging. 50% will be coming from your midterms and 50% will be coming from your finals. The summation will now be your final grade. Okay, guys? So we have here our house rules. During the synchronous sections house rules, you have to wear your uniform during the scheduled online discussions. So wearing of uniform is required. You should prepare yourselves and all needed materials before attending online interactions. So when we say you have to prepare yourself, you have to do an advanced reading. That's one. Likewise, dapat naka-plancha rin yung uniform nyo, dapat nakaligo rin kayo. And pakihanda nyo rin yung background nyo. Dapat maayos din, walang inappropriate na nakaharang dyan sa background nyo. Anyways, the background should be the, alam ko, school logo dapat. Yan. And during the asynchronous sections asynchronous classes, an online gathering may be done for any announcements, instructions, clarifications, and checking the students' status. During the gathering, the students are required to wear their uniform to adhere with the college goals. So this is applicable to face-to-face. However, for us, during our asynchronous, I will be requiring you to do as I instructed. If I instructed you to log in on the Google Meet, you have to. If I instructed you to do an advanced reading, then though you should also comply. Or if I sent you a link for a discussion or for you to watch, like a link for a pre-recorded lecture, then you must log in and watch. So we have here the house rules during Zoom or Google Meet discussions. You have to find a good position that will avoid any distraction to the lecturer and other viewers. As much as possible, dapat iwasan nyo yung maingay, yung walang tumatahol na manok, ganyan. Pero kung talagang di nyo maiwasan, at least make way to minimize the distractions. Yan. We have to use the logo of our university or college as your virtual background. Mute your microphone when you are not talking. So you should always check your mic. You have to mute it if you are not talking and unmute it if you would like to ask ask for permission to talk or to recite. You can unmute your microphone only if you raise some questions or clarifications, or if you'd like to answer some query you'd like to recite. Yan. Avoid any offensive word, otherwise it will be subject for the filing of appropriate cases. So what are these offensive words? Alam nyo na yung mga offensive words. Lahat ng masasamang words at lahat ng bullying words, lahat ng nakakasakit ng damdamin. Iwasan nyo, wag nyo sasabihin yung mga yan. Otherwise, you will be filed with the appropriate cases. So, ano yung mga kasong pwedeng may hataw sa inyo o may pataw sa inyo? Pagka yung instructor nyo mismo ang ininsulto nyo during class hours, ang kaso nyo dyan is direct assault. Punishable under our revised penal code. Criminal case yan. Pagka naman classmate nyo na binuli nyo, meron din tayong anti-bullying law. O kaya pagka siniraan nyo ang isang classmate nyo, pwedeng pumasok yan sa libel. Or defamation, pag pinahiya nyo, ganyan. O kaya, pagka trinetan nyo, pwedeng threats or coercion. Depende sa element ng ginawa nyo. Stay focused and be aware of your surroundings. So, during discussions, pagka maingay yung background mo, may dumadaan-daan sa likod mo, kaya may mga family member ka or board mates na maingay sa likod mo, make way to stay away from them. or if you cannot make a way to stay away from them, at least you should make a way to minimize the distraction. Yun nga. You are highly encouraged to stay seated with your table to take down notes and remain present throughout the discussion. So you are required to be present the entire discussion. Bawal yung nag-login ka lang for checking of attendance tapos umalis ka na o kaya nag-off video ka na tapos with the reason na mahina ang signal. Bawal yan ha. Anyways, niloloko nyo ang sarili nyo. We will be detecting it during quizzes. Pagka mababang nakuha mo sa quiz, means to say, hindi ka nakikinig o kaya wala ka during the discussion. Nakalagin lang yung phone mo pero walang nakikinig. May mga gumagawa ng ganyan ha. Be careful. Sarili nyo din ang niloloko nyo pag ganyan. Yan. Any form of video or voice recording of this discussion is prohibited and will be subjected to fines and penalties under the contemplation of RA 10173 or the Data Privacy Act of 2012. Thus, consent must be made pertaining on the recording and taking pictures before doing so. So, if you intend to have a voice recording, video recording, you have to ask permission. Pag kayo nahuli, yan ang kaso nyo. Violation of the Data Privacy Act of 2012. Lalong-lalo na kung pinost nyo without the permission of that person. Violation of Data Privacy Act of 2012 yan. Participants are encouraged to open their video cameras during the whole duration of the discussions, but in most conform to the House Rule number 6. So what again is House Rule number 6? You have to open your video cam. However, you are highly encouraged to stay seated with your table, take down notes, and remain present throughout the discussion. Yan. Follow the instructions that will be given by the host or the instructor before the start or during the classes. Before the start of the class or during the class. LSPU is committed to creating a safe and inclusive environment for all of its students, either male, female, and the LGBTQ. When you say LGBTQ, andyan yung lesbian, gay, tomboy, bakla, community. Ayan. So, gender-based sexual harassment, for both classroom and online, which includes acts that use information and communication technology to frighten victims to the following. So, walang exempted dito lahat, male, female, and the LGBTQ. Physical, psychological, and emotional threats, bawal yan. Walang nagtitreten physically, psychologically, and emotionally. Bawal. Unwanted sexual, misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic, and sexist marks and comments online, whether on public posts or through private messages. So, bawal yan. Bawal kayong mag-comment ng, ay, bakla, bakla, tumboy, tumboy, ganyan. Babae, babae. Lalo na yung mga private parts, bawal din yan. Kung mag-mention ng mga ganyan. And invasion of victims' privacy through cyberstalking and incessant messaging. Bawal din yan. So, if a person wants to be private, let him alone or let her alone. Huwag nyo nang pilitin. Huwag nyo nang i-invade. Tsaka huwag nyo kinukulit. Huwag nyo pinipilit mini-message. Kung ayaw mag-reply, huwag nyo pilitin. Impersonating victims' identities. So, huwag kayong nanggagaya ng pagkakakilanlan ng isang tao. Yan. Huwag nyong ginagaya. Huwag kayong nag-impersonate. So, kumbaga, may isa kayong classmate, ganun siya magsalita, huwag nyong ginagaya. Yung mga instructors nyo, ganyan magsalita, huwag nyong ginagaya. Kung ano yung mga mannerism niya, huwag nyong gayahin. For fun. Bawal yan. Pwedeng makapasok yan sa physical, psychological, or emotional threat nung binibiktima nyo or nang ginagaya nyo. Posting lies about victims to harm their reputation. O, yun nga yung sinasabi ko kanina. Pwedeng sinisiraan nyo yung isang tao, bawal yan. Libelous yung mga yan. Pwede kayong kasuhan ng libel na kasong kriminal. Kaya pinapahiya nyo yung isang tao, defamation yan. Yan. And filing false abuse reports to online platforms to silence victims will not be tolerated in my class and may be held liable under Safe Spaces Act of or RA 11313. So, yan nga, bawal nyo ring i-post, lalo na sa Facebook, yung mga false accusations nyo against a certain person. It is a violation of our Safe Spaces Act. So, I am your faculty in charge. There's more information about me in our course website. You may reach me at 0910 no. Please don't, you need not call me on my number. Our Facebook Messenger and Google Classroom is enough. Yan. So, we are done with the discussion on course syllabus and my requirements on this class. So, should you have queries, clarifications, questions, please, you are free to ask them on our Facebook Messenger or on our Google Classroom. However, we don't have yet our Google Classroom as of today. So we can make use of the Facebook Messenger for this time. By the way, I made this pre-recorded video because I believe that we cannot meet this day, Tuesday, September 20. But anyways, I will be meeting you on Saturday. So, yes, after this, if there are queries, questions you'd like to clarify or you'd like to ask, just message me on our Facebook and my answer will likewise be pwedeng i-reply doon or your queries will be answered on our next meeting. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. See you next meeting.